Hey, so it is a weekday, and I kind of not mess around with the car during the week because sometimes I get into a spiral that goes into zoning in on the car, and I forget what time it is, and I have a day job, so I need to be able to sleep. So I stay away from doing big projects like that. But one thing is I want to add something to my office. This is my office. I don't spend a whole lot of time here. If I do, it's either editing or building stuff on the 3D printer. This is my desk that I actually built when I finished the basement. And all it is an old table from a lab at an old university that they were throwing out the table. So I stripped it down, stained it, and then good old pipe, threaded pipe for the feet. Super, super heavy. Like, I'm thinking at least 150 pounds altogether. And we have a Hot Wheels problem in this house. I have Hot Wheels everywhere, all over the place. I would say it's mostly my son, but it's actually probably me. But there's more here, and then there's this wall. And I built this wall about a year ago because we had a whole bunch of Hot Wheels. Thought it'd be cool to put them on the wall so my son can come up here and grab whatever car at any time. And then I realized as he started mixing around the colors and stuff, it's a little bit more stressful, but he's a kid, so not a big deal. I decided to recreate what I have on my wall here. I know it's a weird spot, but I think it would be kind of cool. Kind of divides the table, and I'm just going to do the same thing minus the copper pipe and go from there. The stuff I need is angle iron, thread stock, whole bunch of nuts and washers, and some trim. And I got the trim from Lowe's. It's about 1.5 inches thick. First thing I'm going to do is measure the length that I need to make the track. I only got 4 of these. I'm going to do something a little bit different than the wall, and I'm going to stagger the length just to give it a little bit more depth, I guess. So I'm going to have altogether 8 shelves for the cars. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure a bunch. From leg to leg on the desk is 64 inches. These are 96 inches, and I'm going to be staggering them. So I am thinking one row's 5 feet, the other row's 3 feet, or maybe I'll do one row's 4.5 feet, the other row's 3.5 feet. That way it would equal 8 feet each. Once I figure that out, I'm going to tape these together, mark off the line, and then I'm just going to do one cut through. Then I'm going to measure out where I'm going to be adding the thread stock, drill that out, and then stain these. Hopefully they dry in time. Might have to continue this tomorrow when they are dry. And then put it all together. So the reason why I like this trim is because they have this nice groove and the wheels fit really nice on that. So put the wheels on and they can stay in place. cut and drilled out, I'm going to test fit everything before I stain and paint the metal. I'm actually probably going to keep this threads. On my other one that's on the wall, I actually cut out a copper pipe and threaded it on each one to give it a little bit more, I guess, aesthetic feel for it. But for this, I don't know, I don't feel like cutting a whole bunch of pipe. So I'm gonna pretty much just let it there, but this is gonna be all testing. Now I remember why I put the copper pipe around it. This absolutely sucks. Going from here and then spinning it all the way down. So what I did to do this a lot faster is I put this together. All it is a drill with a angled bit on it, and then it wrapped it in wire tape and paper towel. So it actually saves a lot of time here. After putting this all together, took forever, but it's pretty strong. I mean, it's shaking the table here, but I think this would be kind of cool. I'm gonna load it up with some cars and see how it turned out. So it looks like I'm officially done. I really don't want to take it apart. It was a pain in the butt to put together. So I don't know if I'm gonna stain it, or maybe just leave it this way. If it might bother me and I might have to stain it later, but I think I'm good.